Hey there! Summer heat in Ontario means sunshine, tons of fun outside, but beating the heat is going to be the biggest challenge we face outdoors this summer. So what that means for homeowners, well, you're probably going to find higher energy and utility bills than you typically would in those down times when it's not so hot out. So let's go through a few easy tips on how to try and keep your home running as energy efficiently as possible and hopefully save you a few bucks on your utility bills. I'm Lucas Balahood with the Balahood Group Real Estate Services here at Coldwell Banker RMR Real Estate. Thanks so much for watching today. So let's dive into some energy saving tips for your pocketbook. Tip 1. Keep the heat out from your windows and doorways, and you do that by sealing any gaps around the windows, doors, maybe electrical outlets, anything like that, that would allow for any air transfer to occur between finishes and allow air to penetrate the home, that being hot air, or even on the reverse side, cool air to get out. During the daytime, as an example, you could keep curtains and blinds or shades closed to help reduce the amount of warm sunlight that's entering the home, thus heating it up. Tip number 2. Having a smart thermostat that you're using at home can really help optimize the overall efficiency in your home. So, that meaning you can set the high and lows within a certain range that you want the home to be, the temperature to be regulated at. Also can help you manage the temperature when you're not there. So, you want essentially to save money, you want the temperature to be as high as possible, but as long as obviously you still remain comfortable. And every degree does count when it talks about temperature management in your home. And a good way to keep track and hopefully reduce the amount of usage you have, so that being you're going to be charged a little bit higher rate for every kilowatt of energy that you're using, is to monitor the Toronto Hydro website or the Hydro One website to get a little bit more information about what their peak and low rate times would be in terms of how they're charging you for that energy you're using. Tip number 3. Maintain your cooling equipment regularly. So that means your air conditioner and your heat pumps. If you want to improve the efficiency of those pieces of equipment, it's really important to have them maintained on an annual basis. Have them reviewed by an HVAC technician. Make sure you're cleaning out your air filters and reducing any overall strain on the system as a result if it's getting choked out by not getting enough air because of a clogged filter. So it's also great to make sure that you clear any vegetation or anything that might be growing around any of those outdoor units like your air conditioner, and make sure that they're not obstructing it, and make sure airflow again is being received properly. Tip number 4, eliminate your phantom power usage. So this would be things like leaving plugs that are not being used plugged into the walls. That can actually draw about 12% or can account for about 12% of your energy bill just for things that are plugged in but not actually being used. So if you've got electronics, maybe there's power bars or things like that that are plugged in and maybe they're not on a timer, well, you want to make sure that those items, if you're not using them, are unplugged from the wall so they're not unnecessarily drawing power and inadvertently driving up your hydro bill. Tip 5, strategic use of your appliances throughout your home. So let's say rather than using a full-sized oven to heat up some leftovers, focus on using a smaller appliance that draws less power like a microwave or a toaster oven to reheat those contents. From a laundry standpoint, for example, instead of using your dryer in the summertime, hang your clothes out on the clothesline or even use cold water when washing your clothes so you're not using that extra energy to heat up the water in certain cycles. And lastly, from a lighting standpoint, switch from traditional bulbs to try and get into those LEDs. They're much more efficient, use less energy, and produce less heat as well, thus lowering your overall utility bills. Tip 6, we're getting on to 2 hands here. Optimization of your refrigerator. Keep the fridge around 3 degrees Celsius and the freezer, no more than -18. The extra cold or the lower the temperature requires more energy from your refrigerator. So if you have the temperature set slightly higher than that, you won't have the same amount of production or draw from that appliance, and overall that'll help reduce your energy bills from that standpoint. Number 7, maximize natural cooling opportunities. So let's say it's early in the morning or late in the evening as the temperature starts to drop, assuming of course there's not a lot of humidity in the air, that allow you to open up some windows, turn off the air conditioner, and reduce the amount of power that you're drawing as a result of trying to get your home back to that lower temperature. And make sure it's a good idea, again, not just windows, but keeping doors open as well in those times of day to allow cooler air to circulate through their home a little bit more freely than if it was just a window. And lastly here, item number 8, consider energy efficient upgrades, whether that's enrolling in the home renovation savings program where they provide various rebates for certain energy efficient appliances that you can add to your home, like a heat pump, smart thermostats, or certain insulation. Insulation, again, another great way to help improve the overall energy efficiency of your home from an insulation standpoint. For a moment, if you have sufficient insulation, your home will not only be warmer in the winter, but it'll be cooler in the summer. So if you notice that you've got a really warm second floor in your home during the summer months, that's likely because you have insufficient insulation in the attic, and that's allowing much more heat to get into the home and again lose that cool air up into the attic. So those are some great ways to try and improve your overall energy efficiency. So if you have any questions about our real estate market here in Durham, or you're looking for more energy saving tips and just want to have a chat, certainly happy to connect and answer any and all of your questions. So thank you so much for watching today. Have yourself a fantastic start to your summer, and we'll be with you again soon. Bye for now. Thank you.